Thought Extraction by Joel Anthony is a mentalism device built into a normal looking envelope that lets you get a very low-key peek, which can be turned into a longer mentalism routine involving multiple spectators and a really fun game. Is this right for you? What are the limitations on the peek? And is this good quality? Today, we're going to find out, so stick around till the end of the video. If you find this review helpful, please hit that subscribe button so you never miss an upload. What do you get? When purchasing Thought Extraction, you get a set of 4 ungimmicked brown envelopes as well as 1 gimmicked envelope. These aren't your standard envelopes that have a flap to open them at the top. These are constructed from normal envelopes, but they don't have a flap. They just are open at the top. You'll get a manual that teaches you how to use these envelopes as well as a routine you can perform with them. And finally, you'll get the video tutorial. What is the quality of the gimmick? The envelopes are made of paper. So, yeah, the gimmicked one is also made of paper, but it is slightly more durable than the rest. These shouldn't really break though, but they will wear out over time, like all paper will. For that reason, Joel shows you how you can build your own envelopes from scratch. It's pretty easy to do, and most standard sized business cards and poker sized playing cards can fit inside of these envelopes. Now, how's the tutorial? The tutorial is good. Joel will show you how to make your own gimmicked envelopes in the main tutorial. Then Craig Petty will show you a routine you can do with these envelopes, and Jason Varga will show you some things you can do with these envelopes as well. All you have to do is get the 1 peek, and you are so far ahead of the audience because it uses that well-known mentalism principle, but it uses it in a very deceptive way, and you can use that to your advantage. It's a pretty good tutorial overall. There are multiple videos, as I said, from different creators contributing. Although the gimmick will allow you to get a peek, it's not the type of device that you'd want to use to get just 1 peek and reveal. And Joel agrees. I believe I talked to him about this. You could probably use the gimmick for that. You could have a spectator write something, put it in the envelope, get the peek, and know what it is. You could probably use it for that. But because of the nature of the gimmick, it requires you to hold all or at least multiple envelopes to do the peek. You can't do the peek while holding just the gimmicked envelope. So for that reason, it's better to do it when you have multiple cards put in multiple envelopes. So for example, let's say the person writes something on a card, and then you have a bunch more people write something on cards, and you put 1 in each envelope. You choose 1 specific person you're going to focus on, and you're able to essentially tell which person wrote on each card without taking the cards out of the envelope. So it's a pretty cool game. You could say, I know you wrote this one. So you give it back to them. You say, you wrote this one, you wrote this one, and you wrote this one. So you get them all right. And then for the kicker, you say, I know you wrote this, but I don't just know that you wrote it, I know exactly what you wrote. So there's a very nice kicker ending. That's the routine that Joel does. It's very, very cool. I think it's a fun party trick, and it gets people engaged and involved as well. Is this a social media or real life effect? This is good for real life. What are the angles like? With good misdirection, you could possibly do it surrounded, but I probably wouldn't really risk it. I would want people in front of me, not behind me. Are there live performances? No, there are no live performances. Is this examinable? All the envelopes are examinable except for 1. Now let's talk about the difficulty and practicality of this effect. This is so easy to do, a beginner could do it, and it's practical in many environments, including casual performing parties or things like that with a group of people interacting. The routine I just described to you, where you hand out 5 blank cards, people write something and put it in the envelopes, and without peeking at what's inside, you can just give the envelopes are mixed up, and even after they're mixed up, you know who wrote each one, and then you reveal the last one. That effect, you can apply it to so many different things. For example, if you're at a corporate party for a car dealership, you can have them write down different models of cars that company sells, and you would be able to give each one back to the respective person who wrote it, then reveal the final car model that the final person wrote. It's very, very good in the sense that you can change around the presentation. You can change the hook to suit your environment. And you can't say that about every mentalism routine. Now, how difficult is this and what's the practicality like? So yeah, this is really easy to do. The peak's easy and the routine is easy. A beginner could do it. It's practical in many situations. Is there any DIY? If you want to make more envelopes, yes, there is. Also, one of the routines, the routine I just described for you, requires you to do something small to each envelope, but it's really quick. It'll only take 1 minute or 2, and it's a one-time setup. And you just do something really quickly, and you're good to go. You can perform this for as long as the envelopes last, until you need new ones. What is the pocket space like? This does not require much pocket space. It packs pretty much flat. For the routine I described, you need 5 envelopes, 5 business cards or blank cards, and 5 pens to do this effect. And that's worth it because this is honestly scalable. If you wanted to do that routine on stage, you probably could find a way to do it and make it entertaining. And the big reveal at the end is a really nice kicker. The mind reading where you know what the last person wrote. It really sells the effect. It makes it end big because all magic tricks have to have a big finish and most mentalism effects don't have a big finish. But if you do that with the 5 people, you reveal the last thing, the thought. That is a big finish. Now, what is the reset like? This resets instantly. And what is the price? This is $33 US. For the props you're getting, that definitely is a little bit expensive. But for this, you're probably not paying as much for the props themselves as you are paying for the method. Because once you know the method, you can make as many of these as you want and make a lifetime supply, perform this forever. What are the pros and cons? The pros are you can do quite a few routines and make your own with this. This truly is a utility device. I know I only described one routine, but there's a lot more you can do with it. This can involve multiple people into one routine. It's solid mentalism. It's scalable from close-up to parlor to probably stage as well. It gets people engaged because you're playing a game. It's not a serious mentalism trick where you're talking about someone's dead grandma and trying to bring them back to life in the form of a seance magic trick. No. This is fun. And it can be changed. You can change the hook. You can make it more fun if you want. You can have people write down some dark secrets about themselves or something like that, something funny. And that there's a lot you can do with this. You play around with this after you get it and just come up with your own routines, as I said. This is a low-tech peak. There's no magnets, there's no thread, there's nothing like that. And envelopes are really innocent. This can fit business cards and playing cards, poker-sized playing cards. It's an instant reset, not much pocket space. You get a set of pre-made gimmicks, and it's not difficult to do. They also show you how to make your own gimmicks as well. And the tutorials are pretty good. The cons are the envelopes will wear over time, and you'll eventually need to make more or replace it. And only 4 of the 5 envelopes are examinable. And these aren't great for traditional peaks where you just want to take the card back, put it in, and then get the peak, because the handling would be a bit finicky. Because as I said, with this, the peak requires you to be holding multiple or all of the envelopes at once. And the last con is, I guess it's a bit expensive for the props you receive. But what percent am I giving this? I'm giving this an 80% overall. It's pretty good. Joel is a pretty smart creator. He has some very cool stuff. Hopefully I'll review that for you guys sometime soon. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.